What if we're in a world that's a simulation? This light that you see right over here to my left, what if that light is really to my right and it's the opposite way around? You see, the truth of reality is that the only existence that exists, and it's not a physical existence, is God. Everything else is an imagination of its own existence. So, for example, when you were born, you assumed that you exist. Why did you make that assumption? Because you can cry and you can get something, so it shows you work. But let's just imagine for a second that, God forbid, you don't work. Nothing functions in you. Would you think that you existed? So the point is that you assume that you exist, and you assume you are your body because you function. If there was no function, you wouldn't assume that you exist. And certainly, 120 years ago, there wasn't a single person on this planet that is alive today. All 7 billion people, they weren't here 120 years ago, which is not a long time ago. There are trees that are thousands of years old. So that means in 120 years ago, 1900, not that long ago, there wasn't a single person of the 7 billion people that are on our planet today that was alive. Not one. So, if that's the case, how did we get here? What are we doing here? And the answer, of course, is God. And the important thing to understand is God is not like us. God makes choices, and those choices have consequences. Those choices make reality. If God didn't choose for us to exist, we wouldn't exist. And so our existence is not a random occurrence. It is a choice of God to occur. So then the next question is, what's the point? And the answer is, if you love someone, the point is the person. Why do I give birth to my child? Because I love my child, and that's before I saw my child. God can see you. He made you. It's like the artist that's making the painting that he has in his own head. So he certainly loves you 1,000 times more than I love my child, because he knows you before you were made. He made you. And then what do you wish to give to your child? Well, you wish your child to have everything physically good, and you wish for them to make themselves into a independent, meaningful life. That's what life is. Simple.